I thought I would post this. Some people have come to my channel who were mixed race people who were trying to claim the identity of light-skinned black people. But I wanted to make a video on this just to specify what I'm talking about here. To me, these people are light-skinned biracials. And obviously, someone like Evan Ross, I'm not saying is a light-skinned biracial. I think he's a medium-complected biracial. I'm saying in these photos here, I'm talking about the children specifically because they are definitely light-skinned biracials. But my point was I think that people don't really pay attention to what is light skin for a biracial. And, if you understand that, you understand the position of someone who is brown and biracial in how they get treated in comparison. This is why, for me, I generally get a lot of people upset at my channel who are much darker than this. They don't have this phenotype, They come to my channel upset because they think that I basically told them that they look like black people. You see, these people don't particularly look like black people, do they? Like, where? And you'll notice with all these people, well, most of these people at least, they come from people who aren't dark skinned. They come from light skinned black people and light brown skinned black people. Some cases, brown skinned as well. And you can see that, these types of people won't come to my channel upset because I called them black looking, because in my perspective, I don't think they look particularly black. I would say they look in between. They don't look white to me either. But they definitely don't look black to me. They look more like in between the races. Maybe you could say racially ambiguous. But my point of making this video is just to show that, people try to act like if you're biracial and you're a light brown complected person, you can claim to be light skinned. To me, the only reason and the only way you can be light skinned and biracial and it's looking like this, basically. You have to be light skinned like this because these people are actually light skinned compared to medium complected biracials and dark skinned biracials. Compared to their own subset, they are light skinned. They're not light skinned compared to white people. We're not comparing them to white people because they're not the white race. They're not going to be dark skinned, obviously, compared to black people. They're not. They are black in my opinion, but you know what I'm saying. Genetically, they do have more European ancestry, so their skin tone is going to be more likely to be a different complexion. The average complexion for them is going to be a lot lighter. So that's why someone like Barack Obama would look nothing like these people, and they would basically be seen as a black passing biracial. They are also a dark skinned biracial, These are light skinned biracial people, you know. Sometimes you can see they have a bit of a tan, but if they lose their tan, they definitely have a light complexion for a biracial. Many of them have white skin. Some of them have borderline, somewhat light, very light skin to white skin. Many of these people have just white skin too. I've literally seen Pete Wentz next to white people, and he looks lighter than them, and he's a biracial. So that's all I have to say in this video. I just think people need to actually get their definitions right. A light-skinned biracial is not someone who's like Zendaya Coleman. That's an average complected biracial. Halle Berry's a dark-skinned biracial. They're nothing in similarity to these types of biracials at all. You would think almost like they can't even be racially the same. But obviously mixed people have a range just like black people have a range. And I know a lot of biracials get mad that black people have a range, but think of it this way. If black people didn't have a range, then we might have, we would know exactly what would happen to biracials. These people would be seen as biracial. You mean to tell me these people would ever be seen as anything other than biracial? No, they would be seen as biracial. Maybe even the average complected biracial might be seen as biracial as well. But the dark-skinned biracial would never be seen as biracial if we didn't believe in ranges. And it's just weird that some biracials expect us to believe that they have range, but we can't see it the same way with black people. And it's like so weird. Like, obviously, if we didn't believe it on black people, we wouldn't believe it on biracials either. How are you going to expect others to believe your claim, but you won't believe other people's claim on the same thing? So, yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I guess I have a different perspective because many of the biracials who are dark-skinned, in my opinion, are my color or darker. So, like, if I was to have a biracial child, most likely my child wouldn't look like the dark-skinned biracials. And, their image to me is a black image. I don't look at Halsey and think she has a black image. I understand that there are black people that look like her. I have cousins. I have a cousin that looks like her, a male version of her. But, but I don't really think that means that, her phenotype is specifically African. Now, I've had some conversations with my mother, and we've said before, struggling actors who take roles on, like, say, an African role or something like that. We wouldn't be shocked if she did that, if she was a struggling actress or something of that nature. That's just our perspective of things, I don't particularly think that Africans have to be dark skinned, but my point is, I don't look at her and specifically see an African phenotype. If biracials look like her, they wouldn't be coming to my channel mad. When I post actual African people who look like the biracials who are black passing, they have fits because they look like an African. And it's not my fault. It's not the African's fault. It's not even the mixed person's fault that looks black. Their fault is the fact that they can't accept how they look. You see, these people don't have to accept anything because they just are what they are. But if the thing is, you don't look like these people, so your experience isn't going to be the same as people who basically have white skin and look more honestly white than black in some cases. So, yeah, that's all I have to say in this video. It's a quicker video. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching and bye.